So after you've done your recordings and you have everything done the way you want and you're ready to submit, there's multiple ways to do it, and there's actually three methods to do it. Me, I like to have my recordings on my desktop. It's just something to help me organize a little bit. I can see it a little better. I don't have to click anywhere to find it. I just know that it's going to be on the desktop. Also, when you did your recordings, though, it was in iTunes on the bottom with the eighth notes on the bottom. So in that iTunes folder, you're going to notice there's my scales forward try one. So what I need to do is I need to get into an internet browser. I use Google Chrome, but I work in Firefox as well. So when you're in Chrome and you're in your Google Drive, and everyone's will look a little bit different subjects. For Mr. Wilson and I, ours looks like this because this is all the students that we have. Let's say we're in 7th and 8th grade. And let's say that you are a tuba player in 7th and 8th grade, just because they're the first ones listed here. If you notice, Blake is actually the first one listed. And when a lot of people, when they submit their recording, sometimes they'll submit it into this folder. They'll see the three names and just drop it in there. Mr. Wilson and I aren't going to find that easy. It's going to be a lot harder for us to find it. So you want to find your folder and actually make sure you click on your name and that you're inside here. When you're inside this folder, you're going to see that there's other recordings in here. Some of your older stuff is in there, which is fine. But what you need to do is you need to find, either way, let's say we're taking from iTunes. You need to find this in iTunes. You're going to need to click on it and drag down. When you have the ghost, I call that the ghost effect. You bring it down, you're going to notice when you have that plus sign right in the middle of that Google Drive, it's going to light up that circle blue and it's going to move back and forth. When you release, it's going to ask you, do you want to upload this folder? Well, yeah, we want to upload so we can grade it and get our test done. So you click upload and share. You're going to notice you're going to get like a progress bar here. It usually goes in pretty quick when you have your files. Now don't get scared that when you see nothing over here. If you give it a second, you'll notice it's going to eventually come in. It just needs to update with the system. Or if you get impatient, you can click on the name on the side again and it will refresh for you. Now that's one method. Another method, which is actually pretty similar, is if you have it on the desktop. Like me, I prefer to have it on the desktop. So I take my file over here, and I always click on the words at the bottom, then the file won't just start randomly playing. I drag it over, and you're going to get that same circle, and I drop it in. Click upload and share again. Does the same thing with the status bar, lets you know what's going on. And I'm a little impatient, so I click on that. And I click on it. You might have to do it more than once, but you'll notice it'll eventually come up, and I'll show you that it's in there. The last way to do it, and this one's a little bit more involved, is when you go up to the top here, you're going to see create, you're going to see an arrow. When you highlight it, becomes upload. If you click on upload and you're going to ask for files, you don't want to send a folder, you want to send just one file. And for me, it's a lot easier because it's on my desktop. This is why sometimes a desktop is a little bit easier. You can find your files a little bit easier than in iTunes. So what I do is I click on it twice, 1, 2. It's going to get that same question again, upload and share. I do want to upload and share. And that's your status bar over here. It says your upload was complete, but I always wait a second. I don't just shut down. I just wait until it actually comes up on the computer. And there you see it again. So right now, I've actually submitted my my assessment. And if you go in and you notice that you don't have an assessment, or you don't have a folder, all you need to do is send an email to Mr. Wilson, send an email to Mr. Ford, and we'll make sure to get you set up and ready to go. But everyone in the bands should have a folder already assigned to you. You do not need to create a new folder. So that should help you with your recordings.